on there, to be fair. Just skip out the Arteta segment.
I want to say shout out Quincy Promes. I was thinking about him yesterday. Hopefully he's doing well. You know, he had that little case. I want to say shout out to all my Arsenal fans that have stayed strong in this tough moment.
Aye.
I want to say shout out to Newcastle because we're doing big things right now. So yeah, we're doing big things right now.
You call me shameless.
He's my shameless.
How are you, my friends?
Good, man.
Nice day. We could be out.
It's been a while since I've been on the pod with you.
Like you've been outside.
But
this guy, never around.
Arsenal fans didn't show up again.
I'm shocked.
Again.
He's a Newcastle fan, so
no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Arsenal fans didn't show up.
Shout out all my loyal Arsenal fans though. We'll be back. I won't until this guy goes, but I'll be back.
Which guy?
They know.
I think everyone knows by now.
They know.
But to be honest, we might as well start with them. It's a bit shocking. 2-2 against a team who's got nothing to play for, and you're fighting for Champions League spots. Crazy.
You're talking about the Liverpool game?
Yeah.
Liverpool care.
Do they? They're on holiday, bro. They're chilling.
No, but they care because like.
Care for what?
You got Arteta and the Arsenal man effectively saying pretty much the whole season we're better than them, but we've had this go against us, we've had that go against us, we've had all this. So Liverpool have to go and show them, no, we're actually the best team in the Premier League. And for half an hour...
They've been partying for 2 weeks straight, bro. They do not give one toss about the Prem right now.
All you have to do is look at his team sheet.
What was his team sheet? Just the regular starters?
It was the starters, yeah.
But yeah, he's not going to drop the starters because they got nothing else to play for.
He did against Chelsea.
Might as well play
against Chelsea. He didn't play his starters.
Bro, Sean's bored already.
I think no one really cares right now.
I don't care.
Arsenal don't care. Liverpool don't care. We're just trying to cut through until the last day, bro.
You know when you're playing FM, you just skipping all the games.
Let's get it done, bro. Season's done.
Start the new season.
Let's go on holidays. Let's go Cancun.
Get into the transfer window.
Let's turn up, man. 2-2. I didn't watch the game, to be fair. I don't really care. I genuinely don't care. But
we had a nice...
I don't know why we're talking. Straight to the Champions League. I don't care about...
Let's talk about Ousmane Dembele. Got to win the Ballon d'Or, God willing. God willing, bro. I will be there. For all the people that doubted me and Ousmane. For all the people that doubted me and
I never doubted.
Name names. Who doubted him?
There's too many, man. So, they said the stocks are done. They said this guy's washed. The World Cup final was get me, now we're back. If we can win... Oh, shit.
Because we know that.
See with Dembele, yeah.
So name names.
Dembele.
Is anyone called like Yassin or something?
It's further than deeper in this group. It's deeper than the Ball of Duty group. But we'll be back, man. We're gonna win the Ballon d'Or, and I'm gonna have my last laugh.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Don't know where none of them man.
You don't know where they are.
Him, H, B.
Don't off this road, bro.
Oh no. We know that.
Shameful. Where's B there as well?
No.
Oh, okay.
B's more shameful, but we won't comment on where B is.
B ain't well today.
Is B outside?
Nah, B ain't well today. B ain't well.
But yeah, did you watch the game?
Which one?
Inter?
No.
PSG? I watched the first half, I didn't watch the second half. I was watching B and Zach.
No, because I know you were watching B, but I didn't know if you were taking the piss or not.
No, literally the final, innit? So I was watching, innit, but I didn't see the second half. No, I didn't see. But from the first half, it looked like Arsenal definitely were playing better than they did in the first leg. For like the first 30 minutes, I thought.
Yeah. But after the goal, like,
I didn't see
the tide kind of changed after Fab Marie's goal.
And great goal, by the way.
It's weird that nobody acknowledged the deflection, by the way.
No,
I think that...
Obviously, you said your dad did.
My dad noticed it straight away. I thought he was mad. And then clocked it when the way his T-shirt moved, watched it again, and yeah, it hits a lever.
It's a big deflection. Yeah, he's got to take it straight. Go on.
Yeah. That's why you got to sell him.
We'll get onto that after.
We'll get onto that. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Lieber. You know I love you.
Where was he today? Anyway, no, we'll get onto that. Yeah, it's one of those. Did you expect anything else in terms of the result?
No, I didn't think we were going to beat them. After the first leg, I didn't think we had...
Yeah, after the first leg. But prior to the first leg, did you think...
Yeah, I thought we could beat them, bro. We beat Real Madrid. I thought we played well against Real Madrid. So I thought we'd go with more intensity against PSG and we'd take them out. But I thought we was poor, to be fair. I thought we lacked a lot of quality, like evidently.
I mean...
PSG deserved their win, I thought.
Yeah, without talking too much about the manager, it was quite apparent to me that his entire game plan for over the two legs was to control the tie, which kind of went out of the window after 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you're behind and you're chasing. And then, obviously, they're a bit frantic in the first leg, which we saw. Partey comes back second leg. You start, it's dominant. Then Donnarumma pulls out two huge saves.
I saw the one from Odegaard. I saw the first one.
But this is the thing. Like, we can analyse and get into nitpicking, But sometimes at the end of the day, it does come down to their players just performed better. Like Donnarumma.
As in, if you include the goalkeeper, but as in, I wouldn't say over the two legs. I wouldn't say. As in, Sean may disagree because in the first leg he said he felt that the PSG were extremely comfortable, which I guess you could argue to an extent. But I felt like over the course of the two legs, Arsenal probably had the better chances.
Yeah.
But Arsenal couldn't finish.
Yeah.
Donnarumma came up big.
Did we?
I think
I'd say so. Yeah.
Like their goals were like great.
I mean, in that first half at PSG, I saw a lot of big chances for PSG, bro.
PSG.
At
PSG. Oh, you talking about the first leg?
I said over the course of both legs.
At PSG, I'm sure I saw Doué running through 1-on-1, Barcola running through 1-on-1.
Yeah, they had those chances.
Big chances, bro. I don't know what chances we had at PSG.
Yeah, you're right.
But I don't know what chances we had.
So if Odegaard one isn't a chance, it's just a huge save.
Yeah.
But the save from Martinelli early doors, that Donnarumma save from long throw, as he's 6 yards out type thing. If the ball goes
anywhere,
6 inches to the left, it goes in type thing. One of those.
The only chance I saw was Saka's miss.
That's hard on the half bound.
No, 100, but that's the only chance.
But at that point, the tie's done anyway.
No.
We
can make it 2-1 to us, and then we got 1 goal to get with 10 minutes.
No,
left,
that was at 2-1.
But then we'd be 1 goal down, no?
Well, yeah, you'd be 1 goal down.
Yeah, because 10 minutes left. What did we lose? What did we score?
So it was 2-1 in Paris. So that makes it 3-1 on aggregate.
Yeah,
so that make it 3-2. The tie was done, man.
Hey,
what were Arsenal really gonna do? Just pump long
Istanbul. That's what we do.
I reckon.
You ain't Man United. You ain't Harry Maguire like that.
I've seen Istanbul, man.
PSG were definitely better on the first leg than the second leg, though, for sure.
Yeah, and even then, I don't even think that's necessarily true. I think for the first 20-25 minutes of the first leg, PSG came out confident, popped the ball about, and made Arsenal look kind of small, to be totally honest. But after that, like, Arsenal, I'm not going to go as far as saying Arsenal took over the tie, because PSG, like you said, were relatively comfortable, but Arsenal were able to assert a level of control so that they were able to get chances of their own and then minimize, because you're not going to, like, PSG aren't going to have 0 chances because their attack's too good, but minimize the number of chances that PSG had. So I thought Arsenal were okay, but Martinelli came up small in big moments.
Shout out Martinelli.
Yeah.
But
how many chances did he miss over the course of 3?
He's like, I think he's like Garnacho. Maybe at this moment in time a better version of Garnacho, but he's a threat. He'll get in behind, but his finishing is just.
How old is he?
23.
Yeah, he's a bit older.
He's got time, I guess, but he's very much a head down winger.
Yeah.
Relentless, which you need. You need to have like the memory of a goldfish, so that you make a mistake, okay, I'll just do it again. But will Martinelli be top level? I think we can all say no.
I don't think we can, because it's way too early. We write off and make players so early into their careers. Like, same with, it's not to that level, but like Ousmane Dembele.
I know. In terms of the level of talent,
no, I'm saying loads of people were writing him off 2 seasons ago, saying, oh, he's finished, he's this, he's that. But bro, he's only 27, and now man are seeing his prime.
But that's because I think that's a bit different, because obviously Ousmane Dembele's skill set.
Of course, no, 100%.
So where he's Ousmane Dembele's inconsistent.
100%.
So I feel that that's what people are looking at a lot. Like,
and also his number of minutes on the pitch, because he was always injured. Was
you're so talented, right foot, left foot, but you're just so inconsistent. Whereas Martinelli, I don't think Martinelli.
He's nowhere near.
Shout out Martinelli. That's what I'm going to say. Shout out Martinelli.
I just think a 23-year-old who's got mad Prem minutes, scored mad goals, you can't really like write off.
So you think Martinelli?
I think he could be
top level.
No, I think he could be a good player.
I think he is a good player. If you like,
then we're talking about the same
if Chelsea, no, not Chelsea. If Arsenal were to sell Martinelli to a mid-table Premier League side, he will invariably go on and score 10 plus goals a season, have a decent career, and everyone will think he's a good player. Or even if he goes abroad, he'll have a good career, no doubt about that. But I think it's safe to say that Gabriel Martinelli is not going to be a top player.
But I think
I wouldn't say Garnacho won't be, though. I think Garnacho is actually still
fair
got
as well. But I'm just saying, like, I think Arsenal's problem is not a Gabriel Martinelli.
No, it's not.
Like, I think they could have won the Prem with Martinelli as their star.
But who do we need to change? Say it with your chest.
I don't know, mate.
You're too scared.
I don't know.
Inter versus
Wait, I need to rewind. Who do you need to change?
You know who?
What, just the manager?
Arteta, yeah.
Come on, bro. Let's stop being silly now, man.
Anyway, let's move on.
Inter versus Barca.
Inter Barca, that broke my heart.
I don't think
That made me happy.
I like both teams, but that broke my heart, man.
That made me happy.
Why did it break your heart?
Because like Barca brought back football, like how football should be played.
Inter did.
And then to be there, win it, and then just be dumb in the last 3 minutes of the game and throw it away like that. That's heartbreaking. Especially with the performances Yamal put in over the 2 legs. Yeah, that's heartbreaking, man.
They said that Serbians beat cancer twice. Why
Should
you
laugh,
bro?
should
You can't laugh.
That's shameful. That's shameful.
That's legit, though.
Nah, that's poor.
He beat cancer twice, though, no? I think. I saw a report.
I know you beat cancer. I don't know.
Shout out Serbia, man. Seriously, bro.
You're a prick.
Because you know what? At the start of the second half, he was praying. And Serbia was praying to the skies, bro. And then he stepped up to score that goal. Giroud-esque.
Bro,
Good finish.
Bro, great
very good finish.
Great finish. Shout out
That's his weaker
Dumfries.
foot as well.
We are never going to forget Dumfries.
Bro.
So shout out Dumfries.
Denzel.
Yeah, he made me happy. Lamine Yamal made you happy. Dumfries made me happy.
Well,
'Cause
he was up there.
He was a demon.
Demon.
He exploited that high line in a way
Bro,
that.
He put in
So
work.
shout out him. Shout out Gerard Martin. I'm only shouting out the fullbacks today. Shout out Gerard Martin. I don't know who he is.
Really good as well.
But them left foot deliveries.
That's the first time I've seen him play.
Yeah,
Martin's
shout
always
out them.
Cold.
Shout them out.
It's not how they scored, but his best delivery is essentially the cut back. So he'll get not even to the byline, to the edge of the penalty area, 18-yard box.
Yeah.
And instead of whipping it as you expect, he'd whip it back for midfielder to run onto. I think they've scored quite a few goals this season like that.
Yeah.
But he's not Balde. In fact, the reason they lost is because he's not Balde.
Shout out
Valdez.
Shout out them. Shout out. It was a great game of football, man. The beauty of football. This is what I'm saying. We all say, "Oh, Barcelona brought back." You say Barcelona brought back. The beauty of football is
There's no one way to play.
Yeah.
You can play anyway.
There are two different
That's
ways, bro. Inzaghi was patrolling that touchline in a suit. It was raining.
That's a manager, bro.
Shout him out, man.
That's a proper manager.
Inter Milan were brilliant, bro.
That personnel
They were
he
down
has.
to bare bones. He made Taremi came on. This guy, I think this guy's whack, bro.
So that's
They want to done a job, bro. He done a job for his team, bro.
I said to Dami, I said, well, why is Taremi on? Because he watches them.
He done a job for his team,
I
bro.
was like, it's either him or Arnautovic.
Get me?
I
Shout out
thought he was
Arnautovic.
Arnautovic.
But yeah, no, he done a job for his team. I thought Inter were brilliant.
Fratesi came
I thought
on.
they deserved to win because if you win at the end of the day, if you win, you deserve it.
Yeah.
Fratesi stepping up.
Italian Scott McTominay.
I don't think
Bro,
they deserve
shout
to
out
win,
them, man.
but I think they showed what it takes to win and the never give up attitude.
Yeah,
and they were
bro.
Bro, they were dead on their feet.
Dead.
Like, you saw Thuram, bro, he was limping in the 90 minutes. I don't know where he got the energy in extra time, but he was limping. He was just barely running up and down. And then, yeah, fair play
I'm
to
happy
him.
for them, man.
But I think it's partially because, and I said this like a few weeks ago, Inzaghi had to make a decision at some point. So obviously they'd lost, so they were going for the treble. They lost to AC Milan, and you could see in that game, this team is spent. They have no energy left. And he had to make a decision at some point whether I try to go for the double or I rest the players in Serie A and I save them for the Champions League. He made a decision on the Saturday to rest 8 of the starting 11. They won anyway, 1-0 win. And then I think that's the main reason they had the energy to get the 120 minutes. Because if he played them on the weekend, nah.
Yeah.
And if Serie A's already done.
Yeah.
Like me and Sean have been like going back and forth on it. But as in,
it's not
Serie A's
done.
done. It's done. It's done.
I reckon they'll play that last game.
He's trying to do this thing where it's like Conte flops.
Nah.
He's not saying.
Nah.
It's not done.
It's not done.
It's 100% done.
Give me that title first, bro.
Look at
They're on the
Napoli's
same
fixtures.
points.
Napoli have one game in hand.
Yeah.
And look at their fixtures. As in,
look at it
Serie
right
A's
now.
done. Napoli can afford to drop points in one of those games, as in get a draw type thing. It's done. It's done.
They're winning 2-0, by the way, now. My boy Aslani, shout him out.
Oh shit! Shout out.
They want him gone, by the way.
Yeah, no, he's not good enough.
He's trash.
to be
I want KDB to go to Inter.
Shout out. Henrik, Mkhitaryan, man, 36 years old.
Demon.
Bro. Hey, someone, I don't want to like spoil it, but someone made a point like, are these man using PEDs?
Don't be a hater, man.
Why are we talking about PEDs, man?
Don't be a hater, man.
Bro,
We know my opinions on PEDs anyway, but why are we talking
everyone's
about...
on them.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
No, but as in, what, because Mkhitaryan's running around at 36.
That's
like,
what I mean, yeah.
So?
But Italian league especially is notoriously known for managing players well. So
Yeah,
is there? Well, they're
League's
notoriously known for
notoriously
cheating.
Hey, touche.
But
no,
you
I
know
don't-
what?
I don't care
Well
anyway.
done. Well done to Inter
Nice,
Milan.
well done, man. Honestly, bro, I'm happy for them.
I would have liked Barca to win the
They made
treble.
the final 2 years
but-
ago, was it?
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Shout out them, man.
Onana,
honestly, bro.
shout out Onana.
They lost Lukaku since then, Onana since then. Doing their thing, man.
Saw Onana for 40, bought Sommer for 4.5.
5. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they
What a
lost.
save, by the way.
Yeah, that.
They should have scored. Who was it?
That.
Garcia.
Yeah, it was Garcia. That.
What a save, though.
It was a save, but that was a miss. Like,
Yeah, that was more of a mistake.
it
so.
was.
Are you
like,
man in the
you
camp
can't-
that I saw Thierry Henry breaking down the Acerbi equaliser,
Yeah.
and he's like, Lamine Yamal should have gone to the corner.
Yeah.
Are you man in? Do you man agree?
I agree.
He hit the post.
He hit the post.
Then obviously
And-
they got the other end.
Yeah.
Something happened.
Should he?
I don't agree, bro. I'll be real.
I agree because it's not.
No, I
it's-
don't agree.
It's
A
not.
lot's happened, you know, after that. After him hitting the post, a lot's happened.
The reason why-
100%,
yeah,
but
look.
it's not 80 minutes and you're telling man go to the touchline.
Yeah.
It's 2 minutes, bro. Like, it's a big game. It's a big team. Like, you've constantly drawn with this team. They've constantly come back. Bro, just hold the ball. And you're Barca, you can hold the ball. You don't need to go for
In
another.
general, I agree with you. In that particular instance, the reason why I don't agree is because he takes a shot, it comes out, and Inter kick it out for a throw. So it doesn't actually make a difference. Because if you go to the corner flag, you're gonna buy a throw in or a corner anyway.
Yeah.
So everything that happened after that is the issue. Like, I don't even want to go into it, but the positioning and everything, I don't understand why the line was so high. I don't understand why
This is my point. And I think you got to put some onus on Hansi Flick in that last 5 minutes.
Game management.
Yeah,
Listen,
you have to.
He wants to outscore the opposition.
This is the
That's
thing,
it.
right?
And can we complain as fans?
this
No,
is the
no,
thing.
it was beautiful. We got one of the greatest
Barcelona
ties ever.
for what was it?
100.
270 minutes. G, they just attacked.
I loved it.
I couldn't believe what I was watching.
This is why I
They
said it
just
brought
attacked.
the joy back.
So that's why when Lamine got the ball there, I wasn't even thinking going to the corner
Yeah.
flag. I was thinking like,
Do something.
bro, he had them on. He had
Nah.
Gee, every ISO
Bro,
he had, he was killing my man, bro. So
You say ISO, he had like 2-3 man on him at
Bro,
times.
no, but there was times where he had ISOs, he was killing him. There was times where he had 2-3 man, he would turn on it, have an ISO, skip past man.
Generational, bro.
He was playing great, bro.
he's generational.
Look, he hit the post, bro. He was unlucky, but there's a whole lot of things that happened after it. I don't really blame Lamine for not going to the corner flag.
Bro,
If you're gonna
listen,
blame him for anything, it's 3-3.
The right foot shot shared.
No,
somehow.
was it right footed? But anyway, it was the shot straight at Summer. Last minute of the
should
game.
Score that. He should score that.
I don't know.
I'm not
He
gonna.
should score that.
He had the man right on him, and he just kind of.
I think his touch wasn't great.
Yeah, he just had
But
to
if
hit
he
it.
gets the touch out of his feet and
Yeah.
he gets a shot away,
If
he's
anything,
probably
yeah.
bagging that, and it goes down as probably one of the greatest
bro.
Champions League moments of all time.
Would Saka have got his touch? I'm joking. I'm joking.
Hey, Saka-
Hey, don't kill me. Hey, don't kill me.
Nah, I've never I've never seen what I saw from him ever.
What do you mean?
From a 17-year-old kid
Oh, from a 17. Okay.
to do what he's doing, bro. He's taking the game by the scruff of the neck.
I got a question though.
Go on. He's
So
all.
obviously-
This is gone.
No. You don't want to ask.
Go on.
So, it's Inter versus PSG now, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means that Barcelona won't win the Champions League.
Yeah.
Do you think that should actually count out Rafinha or Lamine Yamal from the
No,
Ballon d'Or?
Obviously not.
No.
But
Do you think it actually will? I don't think it will, funny enough. I think Rafinha still might win it.
it
No.
depends.
God willing, or does
It depends who wins the final. So if PSG win the final,
Dembele.
then Bale probably gets it, and you say he won the Champions League, he won
The title.
Liga. He's probably going to win the
Coupe de
Coupe
France.
the
Yeah.
Coupe de League. So you probably that's why I think what's best for football is if Inter win it, because no Inter Milan's player is going to win the Ballon d'Or, and then the Ballon d'Or will go to who is the best player in the world.
Yeah.
And for me, Kylian Mbappé.
No way it won't go to Kylian Mbappe.
Kylian Mbappé, because you got to think there's the Club World Cup in the summer, and I think that'll have some bearing.
But not everyone's in that.
So
Barcelona ain't in that.
exactly. If
No,
Real Madrid win the Club World Cup,
No way, they
I
won't.
guarantee
No,
you,
they won't.
I'll put money on it.
You guarantee me what?
So
If
Mbappe.
if Inter Milan win the Champions League
Yeah.
and Real Madrid win the Club World Cup, I guarantee you, this is a personal pot guarantee, Kylian Mbappé wins the Ballon d'Or.
So no league, no domestic cup, just the Club World Cup and he wins the
no
Ballon d'Or.
chance.
Correct.
No chance. We'll bet though. We'll bet if that happens.
The
Okay.
thing is, yeah.
£50 bet.
Is
I lost
Ba-
my other bet, so yeah.
50 shots.
I got to get £50
Sorry.
bet.
Is the Ballon d'Or the best player in the world or
No.
the best performing player that year?
Best
Okay,
performance.
best performing player that season. Yeah.
Okay. So if that's the case, I think Dembele and Rafinha have to be in the shot, have to be the 1 or 2 to win it. Because
but this is how when it goes down to what are we talking about? Are we talking about
we're
stats?
talking about
Or are we talking
stats.
about performances? Because Lamine Yamal is the best player in that Barcelona team.
Oh, 100%.
Followed probably by Pedri.
100%.
So why are we saying Rafinha?
Shout out Ansu Fati.
Because Rafinha has scored all the goals. Well, most of the goals.
Lewandowski scored most goals.
Most of the goals. He's scored important goals, and he'll be winning the La Liga.
So is Lamine Yamal though. Lamine Yamal.
Yeah, but he's got like what, 10 goals, something like that.
That's why I said, are we talking about stats? Or are we
No,
talking
but
about
that has to play into it. Because if we're talking best player in the world, then like you said, Mbappe has to win it because he's the best player in the world.
Mbappe, he bagged a hat trick today.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Mbappe's scored 39 goals or
Yeah,
something
I said
this
he's had
season.
an outstanding debut season weeks ago, and man, we're laughing. So
Not me.
I'm just saying, man,
Not me.
they know who they are.
Saliba saw that boy.
But
Saliba saw that boy.
that's why you got to define what it is. Me personally, I'll give it to Dembele, especially if he wins the Champions League.
Man, if he does this,
But it'll be nuts that he'll have a Ballon d'Or and Mbappe won't.
No, that'd be
That'd be
Mbappe don't
crazy.
deserve one.
He definitely deserves one.
Don't.
But do you remember?
They came through a tough time, bro.
Do you remember when we had the conversation before? Because obviously you're a Martial
You drink
fanboy.
Boss.
Yeah.
Is that flavoured?
Yeah.
Sorry, Tim.
I didn't know if they had flavoured was.
Lime
Is that plastic bottle or glass?
Glass.
It's glass. Okay, it's legit.
If you want to
Sparkling.
sponsor us. Yeah.
What are you
sparkling
doing, man?
What if they want to sponsor us?
You drink
of course.
sparkling water?
Yeah.
There's something wrong with this guy.
Bro.
Oh my
Why you
God.
put it?
You're not seen, what's his name? Ashton or whatever his name is. Saratoga or whatever that drink is.
Yeah, apparently their sales went up. Like,
Yeah,
I can imagine, bro.
100%.
yeah, but he didn't get any of that money. You got
Hey, his followers went up. He's fine. But go on.
his views aren't going up.
Back to topic.
I have no idea where we are. No, it was about
Yeah. Mbappe.
No, it's about Usman. So you being a Martial fanboy, and I tried to make the comparison saying that Usman is way better first and foremost.
Yeah.
But also I said if we're going back to the start of their careers,
Yeah.
Usman Dembele is the only one that can actually chat to Mbappe.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't actually think it's unreasonable for Usman to win a Ballon d'Or
I agree.
before Kylian. Because
No,
Usman came onto the scene first and was better.
It is now. It might not have been
What, because
when
of
they
their careers?
Yeah, when they first jumped onto the scene.
Yeah, but-
Because for me, and I told you, man, before, Usman's more naturally talented than Mbappe and Martial and all of them, man. He was like right foot, left foot, tech, speed, everything.
I saw that guy duck out Kyle Walker.
But
and
that's what I'm saying.
Prime Kyle Walker.
That's what I'm saying. The coldest, but Mbappe's just got. Don't know what he's
But
got.
he's got the Ronaldo gene. It's the relentless. But and Mbappe is good to watch. Don't get me wrong. Because when people try
Mbappe in full flow is great to watch.
yeah, because he's not like a
less
Vinicius,
so now,
for
though.
example.
He is less so now, and I don't know why that is. Maybe it's
because
the
that
team.
ruthless.
Maybe.
But as I said in the group today, you put Mbappe in that Barcelona team, he scores 80 goals.
Yeah,
And that
let's
sounds
not
like
do
I'm
that,
talking crazy.
because
I'm not. How many
You are
goals
the
have?
first person to say don't do those stupid comparisons. Like, who was it? Jose, who said, "Oh, if you put Chris Wood into the City team or whatever, he'll score." It doesn't work like that.
But that's because Chris, as in the way in which City play, would have to totally change in order to get any goals from Chris Wood. But if you were to put Mbappe in to either Yamal's position or as in, so if you put him in Yamal's position, you'd have him as like the chief ball handler type thing, which he'd obviously love. If you have him in Rafinha's position, you have him
I
coming
agree with
inside
you.
and about it.
He'll score a bag of
would-
goals, but to say 8 is crazy.
How many goals have Barcelona scored this season in all comps?
You would know. I don't know.
We're talking 160 goals.
You think he'd have half of that?
Ex-
That's crazy.
Yeah, but
160
Bro, they score like 4 goals a game.
the thing with Mbappe, rightly or wrongly, and it happens with Ronaldo as well, is the team will inevitably and invariably look for them specifically, and the number of goals this team score will probably remain the same, but the proportion of goals that are going to each individual player will skew more towards Mbappe. Mbappe would score a ridiculous number of goals.
I agree with that. I just don't think 80 is
ridiculous number.
I'm going with that. But
How old's Lewandowski? Like 37,
50,
38?
something like that. Yeah.
He's got what, almost 40 goals this season, and
I think he would score those numbers, 40 to 50 goals probably.
he scored more than 40, 50.
Because then
60 minimum.
Mad.
In this Barcelona team,
That's
160
crazy.
team goals. Wow. Oh, people gonna think, I'm looking at me and thinking, oh, this guy's to be fair, even I'm listening to myself, I'm like, yeah, I'm sounding crazy. 60 goals Mbappe scores in that Barcelona team. He scored a hat-trick today.
Do you think this is going to bring that joy of football back? Like teams will start. You know what? Let's play like this. No.
I don't think all teams are capable.
No, they're not.
Italian teams are beautiful because, bro, they play to how they play.
Yeah.
I don't think you can play like Barcelona. I don't think people have players like Lamine Yamal.
True.
Pedri, these kind of passes. Pedri's a passer. Frankie, they play Pedri and Frankie as a double piv. It's just two passes. It's not like I don't think that game suits England.
Yeah.
Really.
If Barcelona did play in England, do you think the games would go in the same way?
Yes. I think
it's just a case of we're going to try to outscore the opposition.
Who's the manager?
Handy Flick.
Same Barca team.
Just move the exact same team into because if you move like not even MSN, but Pep Guardiola's Barcelona team to England, they're still doing the same thing.
No, they are. But I don't think.
Do you think this team could?
No.
Why?
In terms of
why not?
I think I'm not saying they wouldn't win the league. I think they could win the league, but in terms of fours, every game.
You've seen PSG do it to the best English teams.
Yeah, so that's all one-off games though. Every week, I don't think that happens.
Nah, definitely.
I think the physical, bro. The Premier League's physical.
Bro, the Premier League's physical when you don't have the ball, bro. They continuously keep the ball. So they are your team will be tired. Your team will lack physicality. They're on the ball all the time.
Hey, we say that, bro, but I don't know. I don't know if I don't know.
Like we do this thing with the Prem is so physical, and then this is the whole.
It's a physical league, though.
It is, but this is the whole stupid argument with could Messi do it in the Prem, bro? No, lesser man have come to the Prem and battered it up.
No, of course, but I think in the Prem, in Spain. We watched you man play Real Sociedad and Athletic Bilbao, bro. We watched Barcelona. These men don't defend.
Yeah.
So I think in England, there's more of a conscious effort to actually defend. I'm not saying it's the best defending, but there's more of a conscious effort to defend, to slow games down, to play a bit more with more game management. Yeah. So I don't think you can just run up and score 4 goals.
If I'm peppering 20 shots at your keeper, bro, I don't care how well you defend. We're creating chances against you. So it doesn't matter. You could have the best defenders. If we're that good at creating chances, we're gonna more than not win games and outscore opponents as they've done. I think the Prem changes that person.
I think they'd be confident to win the league, but I don't know if they'd be scoring 4, 5 threes every week.
City have done it.
Yeah, City scored 100+ goals type thing.
I think City's team that did do it is better than this Barcelona team. I also think
in terms of individual talent or in terms
of both.
No,
I don't know about talent, but in terms of management, because Hansi Flick doesn't take a backward step. Pep's all about control. So
you're giving me a fit KDB, a fit Aguero. I don't know who else they had them days. David Silva. I don't know if they had David Silva. I don't know who had it.
Probably Ronaldo's.
Sane at wine, maybe. I don't know. Bro, come on, bro. I think.
What's the defense?
It doesn't
matter. The question was,
Benjamin Mendy at left back, most probably.
And I think the answer is undoubtedly yes.
He's free, he's innocent, so shout out Benjamin Mendy. Right back, Kyle Walker in full flow. You might not rate him, but them times I think he was good.
No, I rate Kyle Walker. I just think overrated.
Fernandinho, them times. I think there was a Gundogan, them times. Like these men, I think these men are better than this Barcelona team.
Let's go.
But they're not the
Pedri, FDJ, I think are like top.
So you think Pedri and Frankie de Jong are better than, I don't know who
not better than KDB and Silva, but as in like.
So you wait, it would be Frankie and Pedri and Olmo versus Fernandinho, Gundogan and KDB. To me, KDB, Gundogan and Fernandinho
kill them.
Are just way better as a collective. Obviously, it plays different because obviously Fernandinho's a full out DM, but I just think they would be better.
I don't think it matters, but yes, to answer your question, yes.
I think they score like 100 goals.
Oh, I'm not
disputing. Yeah, but whether they, because I'm thinking against like a Nottingham Forest or something, probably actually a tough game.
At City Ground, bro, it's a difficult game, bro.
Because especially Forest just want to play on the break anyway, so Barca are going to create their chances and probably score goals, but Elanga's going to probably have a few one-on-ones,
which is fine
with that high line.
I'm not saying they'll go undefeated. I'm just saying they will more than not win their games.
I think they win the league, especially this league.
Do you think Barcelona are the best team in the world then?
They're up there.
Who do you think are?
I've said for a minute I think Inter are the best team in the world.
Oh, you think Inter are the best team in the world?
But
I think it's an accurate showing right now. I think between Liverpool, Inter, Barca.
You think Liverpool are the best team in the world?
They're up there.
I find Liverpool a really strange team to assess, because I've been constantly saying I think Arsenal are better than Liverpool, and then they're 17 points above them. But I don't think teams show Liverpool the respect that they deserve,
because they don't have like star-studded. It's not a star-studded team. It's more like a business.
But
team.
neither is Inter.
No, but Inter are just like the best coach team.
Yeah.
In terms of individual personnel.
That's what I mean. So,
but Liverpool, I don't even.
No, go on.
But I don't think like Liverpool, because obviously they had Klopp before that and Slot. Not to say that Slot's not a top manager, but I don't think he's at the same level as an Inzaghi in terms of he will go out 100%. Every single game week and tactically outdo his opponent. But I feel when you watch Arsenal play every week, invariably they dominate the ball. The opposition don't even bother trying to get the ball. They stake it in a 4-4-2 low block and they play on the break. Yeah. Teams don't do that against Liverpool.
Yeah.
Teams try to come out and play against Liverpool, and then you'll see Trent like smashing balls in behind them. And I don't really understand how.
That's one thing I haven't. That's one thing that has spun me. How teams haven't figured out how to handle Trent's passing.
Well, he's leaving, so.
Yeah,
we'll see how they go next season.
Because, bro, like you say, bro, Trent will pick up the ball from anywhere and just smash balls in behind for either Salah, for Diaz, for Robbo, and it's like, bro, Trent's been doing this for like 4 or 5 years, bro. How have you guys not figured out on how to stop this guy? You can't stop him getting the ball, most probably, but surely from a defensive setup, you can stop that ball always going in behind.
Yeah, but
there's so much space.
It's not like that ball is on every single minute. It's 1 or 2 times a game.
Boy,
and he switched on for it, but he always stays
every time though.
In the flow of the game, sometimes you switch off, sometimes you're not concentrating. It just is part of the game. It's like, Robben's gonna cut in every single time, but you let him do it.
Unstoppable move.
But that's my point. Like, is what it is.
Yeah, I've always found that weird because it reminds me
when man are cold.
When Arsenal went 8 points clear, whatever, it was like 2 years ago when they were challenging for the league. Teams didn't respect them for the first half of the season. Teams came out and tried to outplay Arsenal. Arsenal blew them all away. Yeah. Second half of the season, obviously Saliba got injured, but teams, we're going to bank in, we're going to play on the break. Teams, even now, don't really do that against Liverpool. They all come out and like, maybe in periods of games, because Liverpool are relentless and it'll be wave after wave of attack, but invariably they like keep coming forward and try to attack Liverpool. And then obviously they'll try to exploit Trent. It's like sometimes the left winger will cheat and be like, all right, we're going to go band for band.
Hey.
And whoever comes out on top type thing, and then they will lose. But I don't understand why teams don't. We're going to bank in 4-4-2 or 4-5-1 or whatever, and we're just going to sit here for 90 minutes. We're not even going to try to do anything and just see what happens. If more teams do that, Liverpool will drop more points, in my opinion anyway. Well, we'll see.
I don't know, man.
I'm going from the upper echelon of football to the lower echelon of football.
Why?
Let's talk about the Europa League.
Why do we have to talk about it?
United.
Who are you backing, by the way, for the Champions League final? PSG.
Inter.
Okay.
As in, I want PSG to win, just to clarify, but my head says Inter will win it.
Okay. United. Inter. United.
Let's not talk about these two scrubs, man. Oh,
the game itself.
Bilbao first.
The game itself was.
They were weird games.
Got some scored from halfway.
Cold. He played. That was the coldest 20 minutes I've ever seen from him.
And then he played today and stunk.
He started today.
Yeah. He started and he stunk.
Yeah.
Kobe started too and
hungover.
Did nothing.
Hangover, sorry.
The game was weird. Yeah, I felt like we weren't good, but and especially the first 20 minutes of both games, they weren't. We could have been down, and the tie could have been completely different. But for whatever reason, luck, favour, whatever, went our way, and we ended up just blowing them away.
As in, I don't think you can look at a tie that finishes 7-1 and try to make any sort of argument that we didn't deserve to win.
If you watch the game, as you have, I think you know what I mean.
No, I know what you mean. But as in, it finished 7-1 type thing. But it was one of those that I'm watching it and I'm thinking, there's no way Man United don't qualify. It's impossible. And then they score. It was one of those that like, because no Nico Williams, no Naka Williams, no Sunset, as in...
No, second leg, I knew it was done.
But I'm like, okay, there's no way going to score. And then they score. You say it's a worldie, the keeper should be saving that.
T-Rex arms.
Potentially go as far as saying that I maybe would have
Who's the
saved it.
goalkeeper?
Anana. So one of those where he should have just gone for a top hand single save, but he goes like two hands and his reach just wasn't long enough. And then you're looking at it and you're like, this team could find a way to lose this.
100%.
And then we got the equaliser. And then
Was that in the first half?
Yeah, first half. Yeah,
that was. But my point was, if we just go into the first half, we don't concede, we're 100% winning it. But I wasn't really worried.
There's always a seed of doubt because
it's United.
You've seen us play against Bournemouth, against Newcastle, we could concede 3 goals against anyone.
Yeah, easily. Bro, once we concede
4.5 against Lyon. No?
Once we concede 1, we just lose it. We look so shaky sometimes. But yeah, man, Tottenham United in the final, 2 scrubs. I'll honestly say it's 50-50. We're both so bad that it could literally go anyway, in my opinion.
We are really bad.
I think you beat them.
James Maddison being out helps. But
Kulusevski came off today.
Did he? Injured?
I don't know how bad it is.
Or just precautionary?
I think that James Maddison being out doesn't mean anything, personally.
I think it makes a difference.
I think
then you can't rate him that much.
No, I don't rate him.
Okay, good.
But I think Kulusevski's been better than him in the 10 role anyway. But I also think that when it comes down to it, when it really matters, I think Man United will step up.
I agree with that.
Tottenham, because they beat you
3 times this season. That's what worries me.
That's what happened. They'll step up and they'll beat them. I think Tottenham are in a worse state than you man are.
They are.
Because I don't feel like there is any... Maybe so I don't know any Tottenham fans, but I don't feel like there's any positives being built up about them.
I agree.
Whereas I feel like with Man United...
But is that not by the media?
Maybe. Listen, but I feel like with Man United, I don't know if it's because I know bare Man United fans, but there's some bits of positive here and there and little moments of what
are the positives?
It's because we're delusional, bro.
Fuck knows.
No, because
you know,
because
like especially you
things look good, man.
You being okay, he's trolling.
Yeah,
okay, I didn't get no because you being you.
Yeah,
I would have thought that if Spurs win the Europa, that's a success for them.
The Spurs?
Not for Man United, it's not a success.
But
for Spurs, is that not a successful season?
Things, I think that if Spurs are able to win the Europa League, I think that's a big success for them.
Yeah.
For them.
And Champions League.
I think it's still a shambolic season.
Yeah.
But I think you, man, winning the Europa League is a success in itself as well. I think getting into the Champions League next season, bro, for both of you football clubs.
If you're talking purely from a financial standpoint,
it's important.
Maybe, but in terms of the size of the club and expectations, you can't be Man United and finish 16th.
Look, we've had this conversation already. This
We've
is your
had
level
it many
now.
times.
No, it's not.
Bro.
No, it's not.
Bro, the thing
It's
is,
your level, bro. You can't keep.
You expect me to accept that? I don't accept it.
You don't have to accept it.
It's 2 things: context and no context. With no context, yes, it's a successful season. With context, it's a shambolic season.
With them without, it's bad either way.
But I don't think it's shambolic for Spurs.
No, but they've lost 20 games in the league, bro. Come on, man.
It's
been
shambolic.
Bad. The season's been bad. But I think if you can get out of the season a Champions League spot for next season, I think especially Spurs, they can look at it like, do you know what? Let's charge this. We've had injuries at the start of the season. Let's charge this. Let's go again. I think Ange's going to get sacked either way.
Yeah. This is the thing.
We can move forward.
Win or
maybe.
lose.
Hopefully they can get a good appointment for themselves and they can move forward. I think for you, man, this is your level, bro. Let's be real. Come on. Let's be real. That's not me trying to banter or anything. You are a Europa.
It is our level.
See, come on.
It's not our level.
You lost 14
Europa
games
League
last season.
is our level.
It's not our level.
You lost 14 games last season. You lost 17 games this season so far. This is your level, bro.
Champions League.
And I think if you win the Europa League, it's a success in some parts in terms of
Champions League is not our level and hasn't been for a very long time.
The last time you was in Champions League, man. Sorry, the last time you was in Champions League, you got knocked out in the group stage bottom,
bro.
So come on, bro. This is your level.
Yeah, but we got knocked out bottom
because of Onana.
It doesn't matter.
I'm not saying
it doesn't matter what
the reason why, but not because the quality of player wasn't good enough.
Oh, gee, stop it.
So you think the quality of player at Man United is
bad?
No, it's not.
Who's good?
Most of the team is fine.
Who? Up front, up top.
No, start from the top.
Okay.
Hoyland's not bad.
Yes, he is. He's awful. What? From what?
Onana.
Okay,
Can't.
good.
Forget Onana's
Onana's a good keeper.
But okay, you go Onana. Shit, but This is the guy who was the goalkeeper at Inter Milan and came through the Barcelona academy. 100%. He came to play a certain style of football, which the manager just refused to play. Is he a decent keeper? He's okay.
Onana's calm.
Yes.
Okay, Onana's calm.
Let's move on.
Lenny Yoro, not good enough. Look at you. I got you. Fine. I know Yas is going to get that scene as well. It's fine as well. It's fine, don't worry. Lenny Yoro is calm.
He's going to be in the comments.
No, but Lenny Yoro is one for the future anyway.
He's calm.
But
they're calm. De Ligt's calm.
Yeah. Even Maguire's calm. For a top 4 side.
Butcher when he comes back, calm.
Okay.
I think
left back, shambolic.
I don't think Dorgu's that good, really.
I don't think he's that good.
I'm not going to kill him though.
Let's say Luke Shaw when he's fit.
Shambolic. Calm. He's never fit. You can't say when he's fit. We don't have a left back.
Luke Shaw calm. I don't think Dallow's good enough.
Left back. Dallow's
I'm not sure Mazraoui. I like Mazraoui.
Mazraoui plays for a top 4 side though.
I like him personally. I don't know how good he is really.
Nah, he's good.
He's a Champions League caliber.
He is good. He is.
In what league? Was he starting with Bayern Munich? Was he starting with Bayern Munich?
He would have been starting at Bayern Munich. He's better than... Okay, Bayern Munich have Sasha Bowie playing at right back. Kimmich plays centre mid.
I think Kimmich playing right back.
He said free Palestine, and that's why they got rid of him.
He got them.
100%.
He got rid for political reasons. Yeah. He starts for Bayern Munich.
So
they play Sasha Bowie, or they play Conrad Laimer, who's again another central midfielder.
But Casemiro not good enough.
No, Casemiro's calm. They're calm, bro.
No, man.
You can't say Casemiro's not good enough.
Casemiro not good enough.
No, but Casemiro's...
Kobe, according to you, not good enough. I rate him, but according to you, not good enough.
Casemiro's calm.
Midfield.
He's not good enough to start for Man United. No. Can he make appearances? You got.
First of all, sorry to interrupt you. Casemiro's a 10. I mean, not Casemiro. Kobe's a 10 for you, man. Now I think.
Yeah, under Amorim.
Yeah. So Ugarte, calm.
No way.
No, I know you're trolling.
No way.
The thing is, the Ugarte.
Are you being serious?
Are you man saying
Ugarte
shit?
Like
he's not shit.
Not shit. Like worse than shit. He's rubbish. He's rubbish.
I would say he's a Champions League caliber player.
But you're proving my point.
A midfielder that can't pass.
No, but you're not saying a Champions League caliber player yet, really.
Yeah, but that's one player. Maybe the fair to him.
De Ligt is a Champions League
caliber. And Onana, sorry.
Yeah, Shaw is. You're saying Shaw's not a Champions League caliber player?
Not in 2025, bro.
Okay, let's ignore that. Who else do we have to play fullback? Let's go.
Harry Amas. Calm.
Dorgu will say no to. Dallow's fine.
Come on, Dami, bro.
But Dallow's fine.
What's he fine? He's dead.
I'm with you on the fact that they're fine. I'm not with you on the fact that you think that they're Champions League level.
These guys could play. So if you, for example, you can move Dallo to Inter Milan, he'll start and he will be.
No, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Most probably.
Let's not do that because Damian is at Inter and he's fine. But he's not a Champions League caliber player, Damian.
No,
he's not.
Yes, he is. So Damian could go start in a Champions League semi-final, but isn't actually good enough to play for them. What are we talking about?
Because
that's his argument. That's his argument.
No,
I like Damian.
What you're not understanding is that Man United misprofile every single player at the club. And it's a systemic thing. There's a reason why every time we sign a player, and have done for the last 10 years, they have all looked like shit.
In that case,
Memphis Depay looked like shit.
Fine.
Martial was good. Essentially, the only good signing we've had in the last 5 years has probably been Bruno Fernandes in terms of his calm, and he's shown that he is at the level. Paul Pogba came and looked meaty in the opinion. Maguire, we paid 80 million.
He's been a good signing though.
I said he's been fine. Could we finish second with him twice?
Okay,
but he's Maguire is
okay, let's go with your point. Then Tottenham are a Champions League caliber team. They've got Champions League caliber players.
As in, yeah, probably.
But you're saying Europa League's their level.
No, a bigger club than Tottenham.
I'm saying the size of the club, i.e., we've been to 5 finals in the last 5.
But no one's disputing that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, our level right now is not of that level.
Dami, come on, be real, man.
No one's disputing how big we are.
Do you think that's a violation? But do you think that's a violation?
But no, because Man United should finish in the top 5. They should,
based on history.
No, based on the players that we have, we should finish top.
So then we should
sack Nottingham Forest.
We should sack Amorim. Realistically.
You're talking as if I think Amorim's done a disgraceful job.
So then we should
Ten Hag's was doing a disgraceful job, and that's the reason.
I want to say shout out Amorim. I think Amorim's actually
then we should
I think next season he's going to do well. with a summer window, I think next season he's going to do well.
So we should sack him by that logic of our team being good enough for Champions League.
You were the one who
should get sacked now. We shouldn't even let him play the final.
You were the one saying that I see something happening.
Wait.
I said
Hold on.
immediately straight
Hold
away,
on.
even when you thought we were
I
looking
said
good.
that like
It's true.
5 games in.
It's true.
And it was
I said-
bad, even then.
I said that
True
5
still.
games
It's
in,
true still.
and then
When you beat Everton, innit?
and
You're
then
excited.
and then
And even then,
and
it was
then
poor.
those other 2 bros that are on this pod that I won't mention their names after
Okay, they
our
got
FA
too
Cup
excited
after
after
our
the
FA
FA
Cup win against Arsenal, which wasn't even a win, but they were going on like, yeah, and I said, no, I'm not seeing anything now. I'm not seeing nothing from him to get excited about. I'll give him time.
So you waited,
but
you heard Dami's take, and you're like, let me follow.
I copied Dami. That's what I like to do. But no.
But to me, it was obvious from the start that, one, this manager wasn't maximizing what he had, but 2, we would have to totally change
Everything to fit.
everything
Yeah,
to
yeah.
accommodate his style.
I agree.
Which to me,
Go on.
well, it's
No,
going to
go
be
on.
some sort of Arteta
Go
point.
on.
So now, end of the season, you can't sack Amorim. You've put yourself in a position where you have to back him because we win the Europa. Okay, maybe if we lose the Europa League, but then what was the point of the season?
Yeah.
You literally just wasted because the guy's lost however many games in all comps.
Yeah.
Why is he still here? So if we win the Europa League, you can't sack him. So you have to back him. If you back him and you buy him all the players he wants,
Then you're stuck for another.
you can't sack him by December of next season because what the hell was the why did you keep it? So essentially we put ourselves in a position where we have to keep Amorim.
Yeah.
So don't be sticking anything on me.
We call this the Arteta effect. We won the FA Cup, right? In his first 6 months.
Yeah.
If you want to have the Arteta conversation,
We
I'm
gave
happy with it.
Aubameyang a new contract based on it.
Yeah.
Paid him off to leave because of Arteta,
Yeah.
right?
Wait.
Then
Wait. Do you
find
think?
yourself
Wait, no.
5 years down the line?
Do you think
no
Arteta
trophies?
wanted Aubameyang's contract
No.
to be
Find
extended?
yourself
No, obviously
So-
not.
so how do you
5 years
blame
down the
Arteta?
line, no trophies, and still have this manager in charge because of what? 1 second place finish. But go on, you carry on, my friend.
Two
Carry on, my friend.
2 second place finishes.
The thing is,
Back Amorim. That's what I'm saying. Back Amorim.
the thing
No.
is, yeah.
Back Amorim. You can't.
It goes,
Dami, bro.
It
Sorry.
goes
You go.
back to sorry, bro.
Let Sean after
It
you.
goes back
I know
to
what you're
Ten
gonna say,
Hag, yeah. So we essentially are just seeing if we can win this trophy or not,
It makes no sense.
which is the same thing we did with Ten Hag. If he won the FA Cup, we kept him. If he lost, we'd have sacked him. If we had lost to Leon, then what? We have sacked Amorim, finishing 17th, because these Prem losses would have been. The only reason he's not getting pressure is because we're in that final. If we lost today and we were out of the Europa League, I promise you, Old Trafford would not be a nice place to be at.
It's not a nice place already. The
No,
roof's
but
leaking.
that final
There's rats.
just softens the blow. Sorry, carry on.
Sorry.
Yeah,
what
go.
I was saying, is you can't get rid of Amorim,
Why?
right? Because this is not a quick fix job, right? We've
Fully-
seen it's not a quick
fully
fix job.
agree.
I think you should have got rid of Ten Hag
At the end of last
at
season.
the end of last season, regardless of the result, because I just felt like he was done.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think you can repeat the same
I agree with you, by the way.
mistake this season of if Amorim wins
Keep
the
him
Europa
and-
League,
yeah.
then keep him and sack him. So I do agree with you on that. You have to keep him for you.
I think we have to keep Amorim,
But
but
what I
we
will
shouldn't
say
be in a
is-
position where we have to.
I think you need to support Amorim. I think it's bigger than Amorim. Whatever manager you man have going forward from now onwards, you need to support. That means in terms of outgoings and incomings, you need to support heavily, bro. You can't act
Are
like
you talking about financially, or are we talking about me personally? I need
no,
to-
financially. The club
Okay.
needs to support them because we can't be in a situation. I'm looking at who did you play last week in the league? Not in the league, sorry. You played
Brentford in
Bilbao.
the
Yeah?
league.
I looked at the team. I saw Victor Lindelof. What is Victor Lindelof still doing?
That's
at
the
Man
manager's
United?
choice.
No, huh?
That's the manager's choice.
What do you mean it's his choice?
You don't have to play Victor Lindelof.
No, but the fact he's still there, to me, is like, bro, you gotta let these players go. You just
Yeah, he's gone in
a
the
lot of them
summer,
you gotta let go. A lot of
Him, Christian Eriksen, they're all going in
a
the
lot of
summer.
players you gotta
Luke
bring
Shaw,
in.
hopefully.
Luke Shaw's gotta go really and truly,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
you
I
have
agree.
to let a lot of players go. You gotta get a lot of players new in, and you have to change everything about Man
Culture,
United
like
because
everything, yeah.
you've been buying bad players for ages. You've been spending too much money for ages, and it's not been working.
I understand, and I actually agree with your
So-
argument, but I don't understand why you can't apply the same logic to your club.
So
Because he's saying they have.
we've done that already, bro. We're
That's what
5
he's
years, 6
saying.
years in now, bro. We're not still in the same phase.
saying
of-
Yeah,
we've
but
done that.
you were Arteta out every stage of the way.
Because, bro, the guy's a fucking novice. He should never have been at Arsenal.
Agreed.
He didn't do anything to be at Arsenal.
Should Arsenal
why
have hired him? No.
So that's why. Wait,
But-
let me land.
Yeah.
That's why I've asked Arteta out every single, like all the way up until now. Now we're way past this phase of where you man are at. So you get to a certain point where a manager can take you
Only so
where
far.
they can take you.
Yeah.
And Amorim might not be good enough to take you, man, to the title. But if Amorim could get you, man, back in Champions League within a season or 2 seasons based on one transfer window in the summer, take that and then move forward with it. You don't need to hold on to him forever, though.
I agree with you on that.
You need to think further than Amorim. Amorim is not the solution, I don't think, at Man United. It's deeper than Amorim.
I agree.
But it starts with Amorim in terms of supporting him heavy. That's what
My
I'm saying.
fear is, though, how far do you support him? So if he comes in next season again, does well in a cup competition, but again, heavily underperforms in the league.
Then you go.
That doesn't make sense.
But exactly.
Because... So...
Wait, sorry.
Yeah.
Are you telling me you supported him in the summer?
No.
You've not supported him in the summer?
No, I'm saying if we support him in the summer, if he gets...
You're not going to fix everything in one summer.
Yeah, exactly. But he gets a good 2-3 players that he wants. Players go out, etc. Like, I'm not opposed to us finishing 6th or 5th. That's fine. Yeah.
If we finish 8th.
Yeah, exactly. But
We
if
can't
we're
finish
again,
15th.
No, of course not 15th. Bro.
if we're again in a mid-table, we're not even mid-table now. But if we're like 12th or 13th, to me that's
What are we doing?
you can't.
I'll be real. If you're anywhere from 9th to 5th, you charge it. You might have to charge it for one season.
But
it's difficult. Sorry.
But you wouldn't charge it before that, and that's where, like,
I wouldn't charge what with.
When Arteta goes,
The guy's a novice, Dami. That's my argument. The guy is a novice. We hired a novice. And backed
but
him.
you hired him.
And backed him.
But you've hired him though.
Over Emery. If you were gonna back a manager, back Emery. Don't back Arteta. How do you hire?
But you've already backed him. I don't want Arteta at the club. He's at the club now.
Yeah.
Why are you not? Why are you not just supporting him? You just.
What?
I want him out every stage of the
We
way.
have supported him.
No,
Yeah,
not
but
the
you
club.
haven't.
You.
Because he fails every year off the heavy backing.
Yeah, but
we're gonna back him.
But
this summer again with 200 million.
Yeah.
Who's our first signing of the window? Zubimendi. We need a striker.
No, but you need a midfielder as well. You need a midfielder because Partey's out.
We have Declan Rice. Pay 100 million for Declan Rice. We have bigger priorities. Yeah. Who's gonna be our second signing of the window?
A fullback.
How do you know?
Because I know the fucking club, bro. I know the club, bro.
But anyway, is that Arteta's club? Is that Arteta's fault?
He's a heavy part of the transfer process. That's a clear fact. We're not gonna act like that's not a fact.
But as in, I think he like identifies players and all sort of stuff. But but for example, Arteta didn't want Sterling. Do you think Arteta wanted Sterling?
No chance.
Arteta wanted a forward, and they gave him Sterling.
Here's my issue. Here's my thing, right? This whole I think Arteta's spoiled, right? We've tried our best to get him everything he wants, bro.
Yeah.
If we couldn't get you an attacker because the board thinks, you know what, financially, Nico Williams is too much or Gyökeres is too much, right? We've done the next best thing that we could do and give him Sterling. I didn't want Sterling, but it's your job as a manager. The same way it's Inzaghi's job as a manager to get the best out of Mkhitaryan in centre midfield at 36. It's your job as a manager to get the best out of what we give you. We might not be able to give you the best all the time, bro.
Agreed.
That's harsh, bro.
This year,
it's your job to get the best out of him.
This year, Arsenal have invariably gone backwards.
The way he's used Sterling is a violation to all Arsenal fans.
No.
It's a violation, bro. You've not used him. I'm not saying Sterling should be at the football club.
He's put Sterling on and he has been woeful every time he's played. And I get you need more games, etc. But bro, no.
So what? So Martinelli's not been woeful?
No, not like Sterling. Not like Sterling.
He's not been that bad, bro. They just got a better history at Arsenal than Sterling does. But anyway, back to you, man. Sorry, back to you, man.
I'm just confused because no. We're talking
I get
both
your
at the
point,
same time,
but you contradict yourself a little bit.
No, because this season Arsenal have very clearly gone backwards, and if the board said after this season we're gonna get rid of Arteta, I think it's harsh, but the game's the game. That's football. But when Arsenal finished second, rather than going, okay, we've lost to the best team in the world, you're like, no, we threw away an 8-point lead. That should never happen. Then
what?
2 years ago.
Yeah, say it again. Say it again. I didn't hear what you said. Say it.
So 2 years ago, you lose the league to City.
Yeah.
But obviously I'm not saying celebrate coming second, but rather than looking at the progress and going, okay, we've come second, we've lost out to the best team in the world, I can charge it. That's progress. Let's see what happens next season. You want him out because you've thrown away an 8-point lead. The following season, you finish
Can I interject?
Yeah.
You saying I wanted him out?
Yeah, you personally.
No, but I want Arteta out
from beginning.
Yes.
So, yeah, exactly. This is my point.
When we finished second that first time, I weren't killing Arteta necessarily for the fact that we finished second or we lost.
For the lead. You dropped the 8-point lead.
But necessarily for the fact that we lost the 8-point lead. The reason why I'm killing Arteta is because in our best period with him as manager, where we had a fat lead, where it's our best football we played with him, we lose an 8-point lead in the league. We get bounced out of the Europa League to Sporting Lisbon. Domestic cups are a no-show for him anyway. And it's like our season just ends on nothing. That's why I'm killing him. In terms of the league performance, we were brilliant that season. I can't criticise him personally for that performance in the league. The best I've seen Arsenal play for ages.
But, so how at the end of that season can you beat Arteta out?
There's 4 competitions. You're talking about 1 competition.
It's the most important.
Should we not beat? Okay, cool. In our best season, should we not beat Sporting Lisbon?
Of course you should.
Yeah, but it happens.
What do you mean it happens? It happens every time with him, though.
No. So
That year we lost to Brighton in the Carabao Cup at home. Does it happen?
Tariq Lamptey. No, hindsight will probably prove you right. But my point is,
take him. You mentioned take Arteta.
I'll take him. At this point, bro.
You think I would take it tomorrow? No, but
wait.
I'll take
this
him.
This is a good question, actually. What do you think Arteta does with your squad?
Not 17th.
Huh?
Not 17th.
Oh, so you realise you need to tear it up?
Not 17th.
So give Amarin the chance to tear it up. If you realise it needs to be teared up. What do you think Arteta does then?
Not 17th.
What do you think he does?
Top 6.
You're fucking mad.
Top 6.
You are mad. You are mad.
No, but I don't dispute that it needs to be torn up. But that's because the likes of Casemiro on 450k a week. He, at 33 years old, he can barely run. He can only play one game a week. He has to go. Someone like Luke
Shaw to pay him out.
Like Aubameyang
and Ozil.
Okay, yeah, fine. But as in, he'll either stay for 1 year or maybe he'll go to Saudi. But as in, Casemiro has to go. Luke Shaw, who's fit 1 season in 3, he has to go.
But I agree with you, Dami. I'm just saying, give Amarin that chance to dismantle this team and put it together.
We are giving him that chance.
Don't just say to him, because he finished 9th next season, potentially, you have to go.
If I see progress, I can always charge it, which is why...
Well, that would be progress because you're 16th now, so it's 9th.
Anything is going to be progress.
Technically, no balance.
Yeah, but if I can see progress, it doesn't necessarily have to be the results. If I can see on the pitch what he's working on in training, like when you watch Man United, like what do you see exactly?
Nothing.
Like today...
It's just a bunch of guys put on
obviously,
the pitch.
You're going to be... Like, this happens regularly. I genuinely had a quick 2-minute nap during the game because it was the deadest.
Every game.
Yeah,
every game.
2 minutes.
Bro, I'm sitting next to him, like chatting away, and he's like this.
And then at half time, I was like, yeah, I'm switching over to El Clasico because genuinely the most boring game ever. Obviously, I flipped over, saw Bowen scored. I was like, oh, okay, fantastic. But
you're even mad that football, you put that game on
like
anyway.
When LVG was at United and we went into every half time for like 18 months at 0-0. Most boring, bland football ever. I didn't even think LVG should have been sacked in the manner that he was. Obviously, we won the FA Cup final, but unless number one, you have to entertain the fans. Because if we're losing 4-3, we can charge it for a certain length of time. The same way, like, I was going to say Spurs, but Spurs last season, you can charge it for a certain length of time. But you have to, number one, entertain us, and 2, show some sign of progression. Amarin's, at this moment in time, taking us backwards.
Do you reckon he can flip it next season? Like, we'll be completely different to what we are now?
I'm going to answer that.
Yeah,
but then I'm also going to say, I hear you not thinking LVG shouldn't have got sacked, but at the end of the day, you hired Mourinho. That's what we'll say on that. So you're looking like you're trying to do something with getting Mourinho. But then in terms of Amarim, can he flip it? Why not, bro? Nottingham Forest were in the relegation battle last season. Nuno's got them here.
That's what I'm saying.
It's one transfer window.
That's what I'm saying.
Emery took over at Villa with them in the relegation battle. Yeah. One transfer window, Champions League.
Yeah.
It's just one window. You need a good window. Emery could do it.
More than a window. So
what makes him need more than a window, but Newcastle didn't need more than a window, and Aston Villa didn't need more than one window?
No, he needs to make tactical changes. No, but okay. One question point about the Mourinho thing. Hiring Mourinho is fine, but the club has to change. So essentially, Man United, same with Arsenal to an extent, are clubs who don't do the Chelsea thing where like it's hire and fire, and we want one focal manager, one like head of the club who takes us. So if you're going to go with the Mourinho thing, you have to be prepared to be a club that will hire and fire managers every 2-3 years.
That's the game, G.
Which is fine, but evidently we weren't prepared to do that. Well, as fans, I should say.
As fans?
Because the club, Mourinho won, 4 trophies if you're counting like Community Shields, Carabao. You won Europa League. But that's for Man United. That's not good enough type thing. You have to. The bread and butter will always be the league.
Prem, yeah.
And if you're not doing it in the league, you came second. Okay, cool. Okay, what do you do next season? Slip back again.
Did you back him?
I can't actually remember, to be honest.
No, we didn't. But
we gave him Alexis Sanchez.
The thing is,
don't laugh at that though, because that was a big transfer before we saw him play. That was huge.
I said that we shouldn't have done it at the time. But
the thing is, when you say that you have to be prepared to hire and fire, Mourinho was your third manager in 3 seasons?
So anyway, Moyes, OVG than him.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have a Sir Ferguson again. Unlikely.
Agreed. But it's what we want.
Man City have a Pep. Liverpool had a Klopp because of the level that they were setting.
But that's what we want.
Yeah.
I think that's what every fan wants, really.
No, I'm 100, but it's unlikely.
Agreed.
It's unlikely. We're not going to have a winger again. So trying to find that winger, it's unlikely, bro.
But you are 3 years. Like Simeone. You don't have to win every year. But
but you have to win. Simeone's got 2 leagues?
2 leagues, yeah.
2 leagues, 2 Champions League finals, mostly domestic cups. I
think he's got a couple, but he won the Europa League twice, I think.
Okay, so he's got his resume, bro. These managers that we're trying to give long-term deals to,
i.e. Arteta,
back in Ten Hag again. You're trying to think way too far down the line. The game's not like that no more, bro. You're 3 years in, you might have to leave again. Might have to go again. It's just how the game is.
If you take that stance, you have managers. So essentially, with Ten Hag, it became obvious after about 5 games that he's not. No, in his first season, that he's not going to implement his philosophy because he hasn't got the players for it. But inevitably, what ends up happening is managers know that obviously it's a results-based business, so they have to win domestic trophies.
Yeah.
So they play football that will maybe win you a cup, but will never ever in a million years win you a league. But that is the bread and butter. It's a 38 game season. That's where you prove how good a side you are. So you need to have a philosophy or a style of play that you believe in and that you get your players to play. Ten Hag didn't have that.
And that's perfect. That's my point. Long term. But I think you've got to praise Ten Hag for that first season where he finishes 3rd and wins the FA Cup or wins the Carabao Cup.
Cool.
I think you've got to praise that. And then
now what?
The next season's last season, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You should have done him at the end of the last season. Trying to extend him because you won a cup again when it was evident it weren't working was your mistake.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like trying to hold on to these managers. It's like, bro, we don't have Pep. We don't have Pep. We don't have Klopp. Even Klopp, I think only Liverpool kind of a club that can keep Klopp at their football club.
Because he
riding on emotion.
First season and 5th. Obviously
He wins the
Europa
league.
League final.
But other than the league, it's kind of up and down. They got Champions League final, won a Champions League. You can keep him, but bro,
I think
it's just switch.
For me, as long as there's progress in the league year on year. So, because obviously the nature of cup competitions is like anything can happen type
I think
thing.
you guys should take Arteta. That'd be beautiful.
Do you know what? Yeah, I think as a big club, a good club makes big decisions. And thinking about it now, yeah, realistically, United should sack him.
No, they shouldn't. Bro.
They should sack it. Yeah, they should
right
sack him. No, let him play the final, win or lose.
Win or lose.
You make a big decision, you sack him, and then you go again.
Most likely. But United have to take some accountability in that in terms of...
You're just pushing the can down the road.
Most likely. But I think United have to take some accountability in that in terms of, have we backed this man the best that we could?
It doesn't matter sometimes.
It does, bro.
It doesn't matter sometimes.
It does. What do you want him to get?
You can see sometimes, with backing or without backing, you can see a good manager or a good tactician or a good whatever. You can see. And you know deep down, leave your Man United hate aside, you know deep down that this player is not.
Inzaghi was close to getting fired, by the way, at Inter.
Most likely, but okay, wait.
Champions League, they got to Champions League final. They were doing poor domestically that year.
Yeah.
Nuno was at Spurs.
Yeah.
Gets sacked.
Yeah. Correct decision.
Correct decision, 100%.
Yeah.
He's now at Nottingham Forest. They've had a good one window.
Yeah. But some managers are... Moisey, great manager for Everton, but he's not a top 4 manager.
West Ham were wrong to get rid of him, though. I'd say West Ham were wrong to get rid of Moyes, though.
West Ham were. But even you, man, I felt like the way you, man, handled Moyes was harsh, bro.
But
it was harsh.
I felt like Fergie put him in.
Yeah.
put him
He
at
shouldn't have been in that
disadvantage.
position.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I felt like the way you handled him was harsh as well.
It was
so I don't
harsh,
think,
but it was the correct decision because
I don't think Moyes
Moyes
had the chance like that.
But he wouldn't, whether he had the chance or not, he wouldn't have got us to where we wanted to be.
And that's the league title.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that.
exactly. So
I agree
just
with you on that.
move on. Why wait? What's the
He
point?
wasn't back though. As in,
But what-
first window, he only got Fellaini.
Yeah, doesn't matter though.
Matter
I can't remember.
That's my
I'm
point.
pretty sure
because
Fellaini.
you were trying to get someone. But
Our
yeah,
problem is our club doesn't do the due diligence to look at managers properly. Get a no name. Get someone that no one would think of, and if
Michael
he's
Carrick.
good enough, he's good enough.
Kieran McKenna.
The thing is, they wanted McKenna.
This made a lot of sense to me.
As in,
You need a rebrand. You need a
the only reason why
We need a lot. Of
I
things.
wasn't 100% on McKenna is because he was there before
as what with coach with
under Solskjaer, and then it was more of a case of like,
But we done all right sometimes.
no, but as in we did fine. We were probably the best counter-attacking side in the country. Well, under Solskjaer, but it was more a case of
Anthony.
all these players, if they've had him before and failed under him before, why would you bring him? Unless you're totally revamping it, why would you bring him in to work with the same players again?
But do you not see my point as why that's bad? You just said all these players that have worked with him before. He was there like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So why would you still have players in a failing football club that are still there 5 years later?
Wages,
Contracts.
When Man
Pay
United
them out. You don't think about
this
me
why I
on big
don't-
wages?
Yeah,
why I
you
don't-
they paid them
They
out.
want big wages,
That's why
bro.
I
You
don't
have to do
get,
what you have to
bro.
do.
That's I
It's,
love that.
it's a killer. Don't get twisted. It's a killer. It's a violation.
You have to
as well.
charge it. It's a
But you have
short-term
to
pain for
charge
long-term
it,
game.
bro.
But so wait, do you not think that Arteta has done good for Arsenal? He may have taken you as far as he can, but he's done good for Arsenal in terms of taking you back to being a respectable club. Because you were just a banter club for a long
I
time.
don't think we're respectable.
You don't think you're
I don't think
respectable?
anyone respects us.
We don't because of the fans, but
No, you don't respect us, bro, G. Because you don't judge us from anything substantial.
yeah.
So I don't think you do
I know,
respect us.
like
I respect Arsenal as a football club.
You don't respect us.
I sleep easy at night knowing Arsenal won't win anything.
You respect Arsenal as a football club. That's bigger than Arteta. You don't respect this Arsenal team because you know we're not going to put anything substantial on the table at the end of the season. We're all just going to look back at the end of the season and go, "Hey, remember that when we beat Man City? Remember that win against Real Madrid?"
No, it's true.
That's it. If you judge us on a standard of winning something substantial and performing
Nah,
at
we
a high
don't
level in the
respect
league,
Arsenal.
you would not rate Arsenal.
I know every season Arsenal
not
will
rate
bottle
Arsenal.
something.
Do I consider Arsenal bottle jobs?
They are.
You might not consider us, but we're not in many situations to bowl. I don't think personally.
Well, you
But
bottled the
I don't
league
think when
this year.
I don't say we bowled it. We was never ahead.
No, you weren't ahead, but you were in the conversation.
You did drop the bag.
We
As in,
dropped
you
the ball.
should have won.
I wouldn't say we bottled that. But
No, I wouldn't say
fair. If you
bottled.
wanna say
But
bottled, fair.
Scholesy said that you bottled it last season because you.
I don't think bottled last season. I think that Liverpool bottled it more than us. But I think we fumbled again. But I don't think, like I said, I don't think man respect Arsenal Football Club. I don't think Arsenal respect this Arsenal. I think you respect the football club of what we once were, or the history of it.
No, I respect you for what you
Wenger.
are. As in, because
You don't,
obviously
bro.
I'm higher on Arsenal than a lot of people. Because when I say I think they're a top 5 club in the world, blah blah blah. But as in,
What are we?
You are a better
No.
version.
He said he respects us for what we are. I want to know what he thinks we are.
Okay.
Before you, I want to hear you after.
Yeah.
You respect us for what we are. What are we?
nearly a great team.
Man said he respects nearly. Come on, bro. What do
just
you respect
waffling.
us for?
I don't respect you. I think you're a better version of Spurs. I've said it before. You lot are just.
I think you're nearly there. I think you're missing a piece, a couple of
That's what
pieces.
you respect us on. That's not respect, bro.
Yeah.
I think you respect Chelsea more as a football club than what you
Yeah,
respect Arsenal.
100%.
I think Chelsea are a more embarrassing club than Arsenal right now.
Nah.
Right now,
Yeah,
maybe because of their transfers, but their transfer regime. But I think you respect Abramovich.
I respect
Yeah,
Abramovich.
up to-
Respect
up to
that.
Abramovich,
That's the institution you respect.
100%,
I don't think you
100%.
respect Arsenal institution, bro.
Nah.
We're just happy to be here.
No, but
right.
so I don't respect the institution per se, but I respect the team. As in, remember we were having the conversation as when there's a champion, when there's a draw. I don't think there are teams that look for. I don't think Arsenal are a team that you look forward to
100%.
drawing.
You respect
I'd
them.
look forward to
You respect
drawing.
them when you play them, but in the grand scheme of things,
the bigger picture, bro.
when you think of Arsenal, you know
You just said
most likely they're not going to win anything.
You just said it, bro. You respect us as a nearly team, bro.
Yeah, but like
That sums it all up.
Like, did you ever think Champions League they'll win the Champions League? There was
no.
exactly. There was no
Did
chance.
you ever think? Did you think we was gonna knock out Newcastle in the semi-final?
Yeah,
You thought we was gonna knock them out
as in before the
before
tie.
the time?
I did,
Okay, fine.
I know.
Well, you didn't.
Or did you think we was gonna win the Carabao Cup against Liverpool if we had got there? Actually, not.
You just know, whether early on or later on,
Because
they
it all
will,
looks nice. It
yeah.
all sounds nice. It all looks nice. But when it really comes down to it, it's nothing. And then I think it all looks nice. That's what you rate. it all looks nice. It all sounds nice.
Remember how you went for? Obviously, you lost to. Actually, I don't even know if you lost to anyone, but you went X number of games against the top 6 sides without losing. So
we're still doing that now.
I don't know what's happened to you, because essentially this season you've just thrown away leads basically for the entire season. Don't know what, especially with the defense that you.
Arsenal, bro. It's the nature of the football club.
Conceding set pieces as well.
No, we weren't doing that last season.
It's the nature of the football club.
But bro, it's all nice. It sounds
they
nice.
Are. Sean's right. They are a nearly club.
No, that's what he said.
No, but like you're right to say no.
I say we just like being around.
Yeah,
and I think that's what people like about Arsenal, because you're not scared of Arsenal.
Yeah,
you were scared of Chelsea, Abramovich Chelsea. You were scared of them, man, because they were on a. You knew if this manager flops,
next one's gonna win something.
And then the funniest thing about the next one coming in, Gusto could come in and win an FA Cup the same season. Let him go, sign any Tom, Dick and Harry, and him do what needs to be done. They sacked Di Matteo 5 months after winning the Champions League.
It clearly wasn't good enough.
No, 100%. But if Arteta won me a Champions League,
he's there for another.
I'm calm with Arteta for 2 more seasons at least. They sacked this man straight away. They said, bro, thank you, but bye. And that's how it should be, though. That's how it should be.
That was their first, didn't it?
That was their first
Champions League.
But I think man rate Arsenal and respect Arsenal, and we're just a nice team, a nice history. We're just there. We're not going to do nothing to you, man. We're just there.
You're just a nice guy.
So nice.
You're a nice
chill guy.
So obviously, you're not necessarily, we just need to sign Isaac and we'll win the league. But if you do keep Arteta, what pieces do you need in order to get you over the hump?
Arsenal need a striker, a left. What, for the starting 11?
Yeah.
We need a striker, a left winger, and a centre midfielder. Not Zubamendi. A centre, like a more.
A passer.
Not a passer. Just a more of a attacking, not too attacking.
I mean, a creator, rather than a passer.
I feel like
I thought you have that.
I feel like
Ethan.
He don't trust Ethan, bro. But I feel like with Rice, as what I thought Rice was gonna be, he should be at the base with Odegaard and then another. I feel like Rice kind of messes up the balance, but I feel that's what we need.
Okay.
In reality, I would like to see Miles Lewis-Skelly play the 8. Declan Rice just play the 6. We get Calafiori play left back. I'm fine with that. I have to charge that as Declan Rice as the 6 because we paid 100 million for him. We're not going to get rid of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we need a striker and a left winger. The heartbreaking thing is next season, Arsenal fans think that because they're going to get a striker, they're going to win the league. Gee, Arteta's not going to win you nothing, bro. You're not going to win your Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Champions League, Europa League, Europa Conference. Nothing.
Book it.
But shout out all the Arsenal fans, man. We tried this year, bro. We tried. Obviously, I've got a Newcastle top on, but yeah, we tried, man. I'll be back when he's gone. I'll be back. But yeah, it's been good, man. We're not gonna do a watch along for United versus Spurs. No one wants to see that shit. Shout out Spurs. Hopefully shout out Ange. You made a prediction that he's gonna win something this season.
This year.
That's what scares me as well. I'm not superstitious, but that scares me.
Shout out
Amarim. It was
Amarim.
gonna be the Carabao though.
Amor him. Shout him out. Shout out Bruno. You've been stepping up for your football club. I don't rate
F
you.
or G?
F. I don't rate you, but you've been stepping up. Shout out Chido.
Are we done by the way?
Hopefully you get your chance. We're gonna be finished.
Oh,
And then shout
talk
out
about Bruno real quick.
Miles Lewis-Skelly and Ethan. You want to chat about Bruno? Go ahead.
No, it was more of a question of would you sell him?
Yes,
If
that's
I
just
give you
not
150 million, you sell him.
100 million. It's not even a question. I don't understand people who make it a debate.
Okay.
He's how old?
30.
He's 30. He's on
He's 31 and
high wages. We're 17th. I just want people, because they say,
16th,
where would we
16th.
be without Bruno? Where would we be without Bruno? We are 17th, 16th with Bruno. Take the money and run. Bruno might have one and a half more good seasons, and that's it.
So
How would you not-
so if Bruno
Yeah,
was not in this Man United team,
yeah. We would be exactly in the same place we are now.
What?
What?
You don't think you can be doing better? You know, once you get rid of Bruno, the structure changes.
No, he's saying, without Bruno Fernandes this season, where would we be? And I'm saying we would be exactly where we are in terms of 16th in the league and either out of the semi-final or in the final. Doesn't really matter. That's a game or two here or there. So it's not a drastic change to have or not have Bruno. I've never rated him, to be honest, from the beginning, but
But shout him out.
that's my view. What about you? Because you asked the question.
So my views are so yeah, same type thing. But a lot of people, and I've been going back and forth with a lot, think that Man United get relegated without Bruno. I'm like, you're taking a piss.
This is stupid though, because again, I think you've said this. Like a lot of people say, where would we be without Cristiano Ronaldo's 21 goals or whatever it was? And it's like, bro, football. It doesn't mean we're 10 man now. We still got another man that will go in there and contribute. If not Bruno, it will be someone else. That's not how football works. It's just
because when Bruno was coming up small, Ahmad was stepping up.
Yeah,
so
that's bro. I can't.
Nature of the beast.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just find it mad that people could say, "Where would we be when we are literally in a relegation zone?" Like that's crazy to me that they could say that with chest. Anyway, peace and love.
If you believe in God, believe in Ball of Duty.
Thank
like
you.
and subscribe.
Thank you.
Savage Dan, where are you? Let me cook you again.